Hello, my name is Bill Haley, and this is part of my 3-minute introduction series into Haley 2024, the movement's government reform ideas. So this one's going to be on the end game. We already talked about the problems with the current system, socialism. That's K through 12 and colleges. We're going to have another video on the transition from the current system to this system, but this is going to be the video on the end game. Where do we want to see the education sector after the transition? So let's get right into it. First, we have to understand that we're going to take all government power, separate it into 30 sectors. Education is going to be that one, or be one of the 30 sectors. Now, you have to understand that every sector will have distinct elected representative control over every sector. So the people who are in control of the education sector, they don't have any control over labor law, environmental law, police policy, the military, or the like. And those people don't have control over education policy. So you have to understand that this is going to be separated into federal, state, and local level as well. Most of this control is going to be at the state level. Some will be at the local level. Very little will be at the federal level. So that's very important to understand. Within each sector and every level of government, you're going to have 12 distinct competitive regulatory agencies. These are full governmental units with executive, legislative, and judicial powers. So it's very important to understand that you have to pick one of these. Every school has to pick one of these, and they only regulate their members. They only tax their members. They only fund their members. They only give benefits to their members. So my neighbor can pick a different one than I do. The guy down the street picks even a different one. If there's 12 different regulatory agencies, everybody in the neighborhood, everybody in the state, everybody in the city, they pick which regulatory agency they want to govern them. Now you can have very much like the public school system where they tax heavily and they supply the benefits of a public school education to their members only, taxes and benefits. Or you can be in a private school CRA and they have only a very small couple dollars a year just for oversight of the private schools. So they're not going to have any control over the private schools, very, very, very little. So very important to know that after the transition, everybody has to pick one of a dozen different CRAs to govern them. They pay only their dues. The charity economy will come into play to a large degree. We'll get into that when we do a longer video on this. This is just a quick 3-minute long video. Free enterprise and new business models are going to come into play. You might have once a week schools, 3 days a week schools, 6 days a week schools, 5 days a week schools. A lot of different models are going to be played. You might have 3 hours a day, 5 hours a day. You might go to 8 hours a day. A lot of different business models are going to be tried. Education neglect laws are still going to be there. That's going to be part of the rating system. We'll get into that on a longer video, or you can look at my website. The difference between high school and higher education are going to start to get blurred a little bit in many business models. People are going to be able to work their way through the expenses of high school by working in the industry that they want to end up working in, and that's going to help pay for some of their high school. So this is just a quick introduction video, so keep on looking around the website. Thanks.